Right. I hope that everything is working because this is a roughshod little setup that I've got going. I arrived in Sydney matter of hours ago. I arrived here in the Sutherland Shire about an hour ago. I've eaten dinner. I do have a very, very special announcement though for you guys. Look who it is. Look who it is. Let's go. Let's go. Lorenzo, I don't think that's correct, no sound. If it is correct, then other people please do tell me. But I can see that there's a lot of sound. But there's a little doggy. There's Coco, the dog, is here. I'm trying to figure out a microphone placement. That works. That works. Hello. Good to see you all here for what is an actually pretty big game. Brisbane and Melbourne, I mean, it's obviously a hell of a rivalry. They're two of the biggest clubs in the NRL. But there's a lot to play for today. Not necessarily on the Melbourne side. I'll start with Brisbane, the home team. They are playing for top 4. Now, that's quite sort of, I guess, surprising from my perspective at least. Both them and the Sharks, I think, this season really just sort of ticked along while others were losing. And has landed them in this position where the Warriors sort of fell off and an opportunity in the top 4 opened up. They don't feel like a top 4 team to me, the Broncos, but anyway, they're every chance of making it. And of course, we all know how important it is. From the Melbourne side of the equation, obviously, my beloved Sydney Roosters whacked them last week. They were resting a lot of players, but not everyone. Today, they are still resting a few guys, but the squad is a lot stronger. I think that this is quite an evenly matched game with Melbourne naturally a stronger team. Let me just work on that lighting. There we go. That's a bit nicer. It's still a bit cold. There. Hey, that's good. That's good. We will get into the team shortly, but I actually still need to set up a little bit the in-game screen. Oh my god, and the clock. There's clock stuff to do as well. There's so many things. So very many things. If any of my Twitch mods are here, can you please put up the poll? I will put up a poll on YouTube as to who wins this one. Okay, poll is now up on YouTube. I'm curious to see how many people they get at Suncorp. I mean, throwing their support behind their Broncos. They normally do very, very well with that, but it is a Thursday night where you do tend to see slightly lower crowds typically. But Melbourne have such a good record up in Brisbane. Such a good record up there. Danny, I definitely wouldn't have time to set that up at halftime. You have to wait until Tuesday. Or, well, Sunday. Maybe after the stream on Sunday, possibly. If not Tuesday. Anyway, there have been some changes to the teams, so let's get into those. So, the backs are named all as normal, with Melbourne's back 5 looking particularly strong. The changes come in the front row. Tua Kamikamica comes in to start in the front row, pushing Nelson Asfa-Solomona to the bench. Safado Utakamanu, who played last week, is rested. I think Sean Bloor as well was another one who's rested. Yes, that looks correct. That's the only change. Brisbane are named 1 through to 17. So, yeah, not anything too major. I think the difference between these two sides primarily in this game is the halves. Billy Walters and Ben Hunt have a huge task ahead of them to contain Cameron Munster and Jerome Hughes. The fullbacks, Walsh and Pappenhausen, there's not a huge difference between them. The hookers in Pakes and Garlic, again, not a huge difference between them, but it's the halves. And we do talk about the big players at the big back ends of the season. It's the Melbourne halves that'll be the kind of players to stand up. That's my thoughts, Reactbot. What do you think?
That takes about as accurate as a Manly fan trying to pick a winner.
I imagine that's quite inaccurate. Okay, yeah. No, he's just rude to me these days. Reactbot. There was actually a vote in my my Discord, about whether he should be nicer to me. And to my knowledge, overwhelmingly, my very own most loyal supporters were like, no, screw that Leaguie guy. So... 3 minutes until kickoff. Dean says Coco wants hugs. I mean... She's the goodest girl. She was just so happy to see me when I came back. And now she just like literally stick by me all day for the next 3 days. If I do position the microphone in a way that covers her up, I mean, I can see it on my screen, but feel free to throw abuse at me in the chat. Curious to know in the chat, what do you guys think of this this ad, this new Telstra ad with the space people? I know that this is almost beyond belief, but I think it's Stockholm Syndrome. I kind of miss the whistling man. Where did he go? Is he okay? I mean, I don't like him, but I didn't want him to be killed. I want some sort of proof of life. Now it's replaced by this evil space megamind person, and I miss my little homie and his bird. I did like though. There's an ABC show called Gruen, which did like variations of the whistling ad, where throughout the course of his journey he would die in various different ways. It's like one of them, he literally walked out of the house and an anvil fell on top of him. Another one, like when he's crossing the road at the beginning, a bus hits him. Like, it was very, very funny. Can Coco be the Telstra advert? Cokes, would you give me commission? I think that's really the key thing here. Okay. As we get into it. Hello, Reckless Ollie. Good to see you here. Good to see everyone here. I don't tend to talk about gambling or anything or bets. In fact, gambling and alcohol ads have always been turned off on my channel. But the odds are interesting to me here. Melbourne Storm $1.50 to Brisbane's $2.60. I don't know. I think that's a little bit overs for Brisbane. I think I'd be favouring them a little bit more. Thoughts on Walsh Water? I mean, it's really a non-story. It's definitely going to make the NRL rewind at the end of the season, though. That is for sure, because it is a very funny one. Actually, adding that onto the list now. As well as James Hooper gets arrested, Bulldogs complain about the Chod, Galvin departs Tigers, the Telstra ad, DCE leaves Manly, and Walsh drinks water. What did he do to drink water? Lots of people say, hello, I'm doing very well tonight. I hope you are all doing very well tonight. I am, full disclosure, quite tired. I got out like 5 hours of sleep before having to come up here. But, you know, we'll survive. We're good. I've definitely been worse, so. Bungie says, hello, it's been a while. Kind of sad the Dragons didn't make top 8 after a brutal loss to the Warriors and sheer bad luck. That is true. That is true. I think I think it was on Clarkie's NRL column. Someone had to take the Dragons are the least deserving of their ladder position, and I agree with that. I think the way in which you've played, you've outperformed your roster, which is a brilliant sign moving into the future. Congrats on 7.66k. What a milestone. No, I just want people to watch the Raiders video I uploaded today. It's doing terribly. So, and I thought it was a really good video. But anyway. Thoughts on Shiba being dropped? Well, it's you know, you talk about standards at a club, winning standards, and apparently, last I heard anyway, he showed up to training intoxicated. So, that's not great. I will let you know when I see the kickoff, and I will sort out the timer very shortly. That's the kickoff. If you want to sync up with me, first run there with Big Tui Kamikamitha. As soon as I saw that Nelson was starting earlier in the week, I was like, yeah, I get the feeling that's not actually going to happen, because he's just At the Storm, Bellamy doesn't seem a fan of him. And I can completely understand why. He's quite rocks and diamonds at times. And Bellamy often does not seem happy to take the rocks with the diamonds in that sense. Okay, clock will be up in a second. Tui's so underrated. Agree. He's overshadowed by like Stefano, who's a big deal because he played Origin. I think Tui Kamikamica is outstanding. I'm a dog supporter. You reckon you will make prelim finals? Roosters will make prelim finals? No, we need a fair bit of luck. I think we might get to... I think if we make the finals, I think we'll get to week 2, but no further than that probably, I would expect. I'm not sure why the clock's not yet working. Anyway, the Broncos up to nearly the 30 there on the third. Obviously, early days, both sides just feeling each other out. The first possession here for Brisbane. I loved, by the way, that pre-game promo that they did for Payne Haas. I love the song that they use in the background there. That was oh, good, time is working. It's a Paul McCartney song, who's my favorite artist of all time, without question. Walsh disaster class incoming, says Woo Woo God. Well, I mean, there's definitely a lot of hate watchers of him. I said on my Discord that the whole water thing, every single girl in Australia got the ick. But I mean, we see this so much with rugby league. Something seems like a huge deal, and then like we completely forget about it. I saw people last week who were like, the Roosters intentionally leaked the story about Brandon Smith so that it would be a distraction. I think as well. Oh, hang on. Sorry, my OBS just disconnected there. I think we're back. It's poor internet briefly. Yeah, that happened earlier. I think it's just an OBS glitch because everything's fine on my end. Anyway, Melbourne are on the attack here. Garlic goes the short side there to Grant Anderson. Yeah, I was just going to say, I think he is a future Bronco, and Danganin confirmed it. Why did the Storm get a penalty? I'm not completely sure, George. I was reading chat when it happened. So... Oh, they've lost the ball there, though. Pierre Kura, I think, knocked it on as well. Double knock on. Big moment there. So they've survived. It's Trent Loiero, the man with the knock on. Queensland Origin forward. But Brisbane were up to that. A little early test there, and they did stand up. It was Munster who went to Josh King's short ball, Loiero, and the ball just comes out in the tackle of Billy Walters. That was a good low tackle. Walters read it. He went straight in for the tackle. Even before the ball was passed, it looked like there. Walsh's antics should be on the 2025 rewind. They will be, definitely, because it's a funny story. It's very Paul Kent punching a tree. But yeah, not anything too significant. I do wonder if there's anyone who might have brought like a little toilet sign to the game or something. Hello, Messi the best. It's been a long time. Is your dog doing good? Cokes, you doing good? Yeah, she doing good. She doing good. I don't know if you can see, but her tail was wagging. Yeah, you're doing good. Penalty Brisbane for Melbourne being offside. This is the thing when she's here. I do need to like attend to her sometimes, just so she knows that she's loved. Dean's donated $5. Is it going to show through? Yes, it is. If Storm wins, we get Coco Cam. If Broncos win, we get 5 hours of chair. This game's going to end at 10 p.m. You ain't watching chair until 3 a.m., boy. You ain't watching chair until 3 a.m. Both of us know that's not happening. Plus, in this little few-day period, it's probably all it will be up in Sydney, I have one objective, and that is to learn to play Rugby League 26. So after this game, I'm doing my career mode. I'm starting a Roosters career mode. We have had some 6 again. Sorry, I've been missing those. EB, Coco is 10. She still behaves like a puppy, though. Like, it's insane. I've never seen a more hyper 10-year-old dog. 6 more again. Okay, Brisbane are on a bit of a march here. Pake's in at dummy half. Carrigan goes out to Ben Hunt. He had options underneath through Ricky, but goes out to Arthurs on the wing. That was nice play from Ben Hunt. It was nice play, but Arthurs is tackled. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was thinking about the Payne Haas edit. He's the man with the ball now. It's just like it's all lined up for him to have a massive game heading into the finals. It really is. Nice one, Ollie. The Noanga need to RC tries to the rewind. Yeah, I mean, they almost certainly will be there, especially the one that was against the Bulldogs first time out. So ball in the hands of Walsh. Kick across field. It wasn't really much. Oh, actually, you know what? That was okay because it wasn't caught in goal. That was actually, yeah, when I first came off the boot, I was like, that's weird. That's obviously going in goal. But no, that was good to force a dropout. Interesting kick. Not really necessarily the kind of kick that you typically see. It was low. But yeah, that was never going to be caught in goal. So that's good work. I saw someone say Reece Walsh is Sydney Sweeney for women. for woman, actually. For the singular woman. I don't think it's quite that level. Oh, Brungy, sorry, I literally, there's so many messages, I didn't see your message earlier. On the 0, oh, actually, I can see it here. Hoping the Broncos win against Storm to screw Sharks, top 4 hopes. As Dragons fan, you should know by now we hate the Sharks. Yes, I do know that. Brisbane get a penalty from in front. But yeah, no, to anyone, if I'm not reading your message, it is not intentional whatsoever. I just can't quite read them all out. Don't take the 2, says Danny. I'd be inclined, I think, to take the 2, although they have had Melbourne on defense for a long time. You know, given that warning, I would not be taking the 2. I think you're a decent chance of forcing a sin bin here. I think you are. They are going to take the 2. I think if you kept the pressure on, you get a big payoff if Melbourne have one more indiscretion there. Huge payoff. Ollie says he'd take the 2. React, but what do you think of my reasoning?
Your take's more cooked than a Canberra penalty in the finals.
Wait, the music's not playing. Is it? No. Oh, it was just a break between songs. I think it's very quiet, though. I've just turned the music up. Let me know some feedback on the volume of music. FRW says, Leaguie, reckon dogs make the prelims? I do reckon dogs will make the prelims. Yeah, I think you will not beat Melbourne in Melbourne week 1. But I think you'll be able to beat one of the 5 to 8 teams. I'd be interested to see if it is the Roosters coming through, because I do think we are a bit of a dark horse and could maybe pick off them. Music a touch loud. Okay, I'll turn it down a little. There we go. But yeah. So Walsh with the kick. It's a very, very easy one. This will be 2 points on the board. Bang. So Broncos get the early lead of this game. They get their noses in front. It's only a tad, but it's worth doing when you have an opportunity from right there. Bungie said your stream every time I have the game on the TV is in the background. Hope ReactBot don't mind me watching the stream. Can you please ask it? Well, it answers in a very specific way. ReactBot, I think it's completely fine that Bungie watches the stream in the game.
That's a take that would make any coach pause and rethink.
You have to frame the question in a very specific way. Tiger says dogs going out in straight sets. Well, yeah, this is the thing. I think they'll get to the prelim. I think they'll win in week 2 after losing week 1. But there's no guarantee. And God, it would be a very, very long off season for them. Very long off season if they go out in straight sets. After losing week 1 last year, obviously. So now across to Ben Hunt. Finds Payne Haas. As I say, he's the man I'm kind of watching today. Brisbane are for want of a more less obvious term, a dark horse. I was trying to find a way to articulate that because obviously Bronco, horse, haha, funny joke. Jeez, flat in there was Katoni Staggs by Xavier Coates. If they are to do anything though, it's led by the likes of Haas. And I think while they're a team that could maybe make a sneaky grand final, just a little cheeky one where no one else is looking, I'm not sure they can actually properly win it, or whether it's realistic or not that they do. Thoughts on thinking about thoughts? I just don't really, and that's the thing. I think it's an easier way of living. Danny says, I don't think Dogs are a prelim team without Kiraz. Well, he's certainly very good. But I mean, they've still got enough quality to be winning against the likes of, and it might be the Warriors, it might be Sharks, Dolphins, Roosters. Like they can definitely win against one of those teams. What'll be at Accor Stadium as well. So that makes them a prelim team, even without Kiraz. You guys ask some bizarre questions. Thoughts on eyes. Cosmic, yes, I am at home. I'm at home for tomorrow's game, Roosters and Rabbitohs. That's why I'm up in Sydney. What's the announcement? Is it that you, the league, will be in Avengers Doomsday? No, sorry. The announcement was that Coco's here. I will not be in Avengers Doomsday. I'm not playing Kang the Conqueror. Caught there by Arthurs. Was that from in goal? We've got a whistle here. It's a penalty, Melbourne. Penalty, Melbourne, that can level it up here. It's not exactly from right out in front. Munster is chirping about something. It was a very good catch by Arthurs. But yeah, oh geez, that's as blatant as you could ask for there. Stags tackling Coates. He literally wraps around him. Yeah, it's... That's as blatant as you can really get in an escort. Normally, they at least a little like shoulder run off the ball like that. He fully wrapped it around. League, do you have DVDs in your room? I've got Xbox games. That's like, it's a CD. That's a disc. That's a form of, like, if that's close enough for you, then yes. Otherwise, I do not have DVDs. What, Cosmic Frog, what is this agenda? So, Melbourne, having not decided to level it up and go the 2, they are attacking here. Pappenhausen, oh, they've got numbers. Oh, Eli Katoa does get the ball away eventually. Warbrick, oh, it would have been something pretty magnificent there if Warbrick had been able to get it. He needed the ball earlier from Katoa. Obviously, you know, not used to sort of playing out in that center role that he happened to be doing on that play, but all in all,
he's trash.
It's not great. FRW says, imagine we smash Storm week 1, I'd be dreaming. I think the Rugby League world would like that to happen. I would certainly be going for the Bulldogs in that game. So, although Brungy disagrees, he says, I don't want Bulldogs to make finals because Critter is a grub on field. And I don't want Roosters to make finals because Sam Walker puts 50 points on the Dragons every time we play. Yeah, I mean, obviously everyone's entitled to their opinion. I just think it would be a great thing for Rugby League for the Bulldogs to have a nice big finals run. If you're thinking about realistic teams, which I have as the top 4 plus Penrith, in terms of making the grand final, I want it to be Canberra and Canterbury. The build-up for a Canberra versus Canterbury grand final will be huge. Ball comes free, Pappenhausen. Ricky's picked it up. Was Pappenhausen trying to offload there, or was that just a clean drop? Either way, Melbourne's defense is everywhere. Out of dummy half goes Ben Hunt, and he is tackled there. Maybe a bit of a wasted opportunity, though. Boogie Woogie, I think I do remember you because your name is so distinct. I think so. I'm not completely sure. But anyway, Ricky Stewart is absolutely coach of the year, E.B. Williams. Anyway, Brisbane have a fresh set here. They're attacking Melbourne's line. The defense is still is now set. Hughes, that's a great tackle on Payne Haas. Oh, that's brilliant. Well, we're going to review this, I would think. You might as well. But I think the ball's just come free from Payne Haas. Jerome Hughes had to move late in the defensive line. He wasn't lined up with the rest of the Melbourne defenders. He did so well because they isolated him. And it was a face-forward tackle with... him and Haas. I didn't know Haas had tried to offload. Okay, it was an offload. I thought it was just a clean drop. I just heard Munster say someone has to go. To be honest, I think this has missed his hands. And it probably isn't definitive. Oh, the caller said it came off the knee. What? Was that the call? There's a lot that had to go right in this play, and so far, almost everything has. Is this unfair for Walsh on Pappenhausen? Shoulder to shoulder, says Danny. He does put an arm out. Air swing from Pappenhausen. Yeah, try.
He's everywhere, bro.
I'm putting it on the board. It hasn't been ruled yet, but I'm putting it on the board. 2 becomes 6. Brisbane. I did say, I mean, look, super early days, but I said $2.60? Really? In this one? That was a little bit of luck there for Brisbane, certainly. There are a few things in that play that had to go right. It was that moment there from Ryan Pappenhausen that caused it. And then, yeah, they'll probably go up to 8-0 here. Weaver says, of course that's a try. They'll have to protect Scott Drink Toilet. That's a violation. That's a violation. EB says, should Taukei'aho and Foran get one last shot at Tonga and Kiwis respectively before they retire at the end of the year? Is Taukei'aho retiring? If Taukei'aho's retiring, this is the first I've heard of that. Is that like something that came out today? That's so sad. I love Taukei'aho. He was a 2018-2019 Roosters premiership winner. Yeah, I think Foran will probably get a go for the Kiwis, and I expect Taukei'aho. I mean, you kind of need to ride out the side, but it'll be in that conversation. Oh, he put it too far left. He put it too far left. He had to compensate. He had to compensate. Damn. Yeah, Ollie, it's completely fine. Reckless, Ollie, don't worry. Brudgy says, the ideal grand final I want to see is Raiders and Panthers because they are both defensive-focused sides, and that'd be interesting to see. That'd be fine. I just don't want to see Panthers and Storm. That's what I'm terrified of. Loretta says, Walsh has missed the kick. 6-0 should be 0-100 to the Storm. Well, you are a fairly one-eyed Storm supporter, but don't worry, it's very early days. They're one converted try ahead. Hello, Magnetic. Hello. So 15 minutes gone in this one so far, and it has all been Brisbane, really. I think it could have been potentially even more, given that when they did go for the 2 the first time, as now another penalty from Katoa. I think if they kept the pressure on, they could have forced a sin bin. I definitely think they could have forced a sin bin. Why does Walsh have black fingernails? It's all of this is kind of diabolical. It's all the toilet mold. That's kind of gross. That's kind of, I mean, it's the first thing that came to mind, and when you're a live streamer, you do just say the first thing that comes to your mind. But that's kind of diabolical. Georgie says Leaguie's the GOAT. Not after that comment. No, I could literally see that I am shedding subscribers. Yes, hello, Magnetic. It is good to see you around. Yeah, EB, I do expect, because the thing is with the Kiwis, they don't have the most hooker depth. They've got Marshall King, they've got Brandon Smith, but carrying a whole squad, you probably do want 3 hookers anyway. I think Foran is next up, and he has been playing hooker for the Kiwis in the past. Roaming to Rome, whoever that is, says, do you remember me? I'm sorry, mate. There's a lot of people here. I'm not completely sure. I'm not sure who you are. That's a joke, by the way, to everyone else. He's the man that pays my rent through donations. There's a lot of kind of people who aren't always in every stream, but they've come back for this one. That's very, very cool. Hello, Meso Bob. Geez, Brisbane, are they going to force Coates in goal? The ball's come free there. Pappenhausen's got it. No, it's Runster who's got it. How on earth did that ball come out? Anyway, that was looking like it was going to be a goal line dropout for us. Brisbane is so up for this. They are so up for this. Where are you right now? My family home in Sydney for tomorrow's game, Roosters versus Rabbitohs. And Dean donates another $5 saying, what is rent? To be fair, I'm still... Mummy and Daddy still pay my rent. So, I'm fine in that sense. There's an okay kick from Hughes. He's found a little bit of space. Anderson is chasing here. Bang, he gets Arthur. So that's good. Nice little legs tackle. And Brisbane will start this from inside their 20. A Tiger Walker? I'm not sure. Leaguie, we need dog close up. Maybe at halftime she's still around. I'm surprised that she hasn't wanted to leave yet. How's the game going? The game's going okay. The game's going okay. As a Roosters fan, I do wonder who I want to win. I think it is Brisbane. I think I'd like to maybe avoid playing them, given the chance to play the Warriors or the Sharks. So this is great for me. Danny says, aerial battle, they get cooked. Mulatalo, Tupou, take your pick, are all too strong in the air, and Karaz always starts their sets, getting all the forward momentum. You can't understate how important he is to the Dogs' finals chances. He's huge. He's absolutely huge, and I don't think there's been more aerial domination that I've seen in a game than Daniel Tupou over the top of Inari Tuala the other week. But I'm saying that, sorry, as Storm get a penalty here, that they're still capable of beating a Sharks or a Roosters, even in spite of that absence. But it's the kind of thing that does make me think, as a Roosters fan, we could make a prelim if we make the finals. We could go out week 1, but I wouldn't necessarily be fearing Canterbury too much. So that is pretty funny and probably quite justified. What casket would you like to be buried in, Titans or Manly? I think Titans, that's quite inoffensive. Oh, straight through there, Katoa is tackled by Mariner. But the big Tongan back rower did get through. Now, Garlic had a dummy half. They're set out here to the left. They don't spread it. It was a short ball to Liero instead. NRL head, that's okay. NRL head tipped to Broncos 24-10. Yeah, I quietly, I think I did tip Melbourne. But I fancied Brisbane's chances in this. Still though, incredibly early days. Nasa gets an offer there for King. Leaguie Titans should have won against Panthers. Well, yeah. They should have had the opportunity at least to kick it. There's no guarantee Campbell would have got it though. Knock on Nick Meaney. Brisbane survive again. They survive again.
Well, that's why you get the big bucks, baby. That's why you get the big bucks.
It's interesting. I really thought Melbourne would be shot out of a cannon in this game. After, all of the resting, desperate. Off the back of the club's worst half in their history to improve. I'm going to actually move the camera a little bit. I'm not centered. There we go. That's better. Desperate to improve. What's the red and black jersey with number 11 behind you? That is my jersey from the Sportshed charity match earlier this year. I played back row. So it's very small, but it does say at the top, Leaguie. I'm not sure you can see it in great definition. She did not react whatsoever to me touching her tail. Well, are you back in Sydney for the Roosters and Rabbitohs game tomorrow? And I am going actually as well. This might be of more interest to you guys. I am going to Bulldogs and Sharks on Saturday as well. So if any of you go into Bulldogs and Sharks and you do see me, I'll be wearing this green jacket. Come say hi. Short ball there from Walters is having one of the better games I've seen him have in a long while, especially given that it's in the halves. Kick up there from Walsh. It's Pappenhausen underneath. It was a very, very high kick. Pappenhausen deals with that comfortably. Chair stream. I might in the final. It's difficult. I mean, this isn't even the right chair. So I wouldn't do one in Sydney. Exposing Leaky Games says, Leaky, do you remember me? Of course I remember you. You were trying to expose my gaming channel. It was, it rattled me to my very core. Pappenhausen identified a gap. He does get up there, but again, it's Walters who's tackled him. Give us white. I mean, this chair is just not as interesting as the other one. It's not. No, I need to do one where, like, I'm down there in Canberra to make it work, I think. So, ball in the hands of Cameron Munster. Quite possibly for one of the finals games, though. I can. Penalty Melbourne. I think that it would actually... I mean, this depends on the scheduling. But if Canberra play their final on the Saturday, when there's 2 games, then yes. Because I will go to that, most likely. You should do a 24-hour stream. I do have a plan. I don't know exactly when to do this, but to play the entirety of GTA 5 in one attempt. I've played that game many, many times before. But I know that it's a challenge that would take a lot out of me. And that would probably take me close to 24 hours to do. So maybe something like that. But the thing is, it's a little bit more pointless for me than other creators because my audience is in Australia. So like, you guys are going to go to sleep at some point. Whereas bigger streamers have audiences all over the world. Oh, Hughes is hurt. Hughes is hurt. Oh no. His wrist. Oh, this is massive in the context of the season. Was it his wrist that he hurt? No, it was his shoulder, wasn't it? It was a shoulder injury before. Oh, and he's running straight off. This could have tremendous ramifications on the course of this season. Pappenhausen's got it here. This is one of the sets of all time. Of course, Wishat does come on and it's a good replacement, but that's huge. Warbrick in the corner. Goes up for it. Oh, I thought he came down with it. Katoa grounded this. I think this is a try. I think it's either forward off Brisbane, back off Melbourne. Yeah, it's given as a try. Not penalty. Try. Not a penalty try either. I just pressed the wrong button. Yeah, either this is, I think, back off Warbrick or forward off Brisbane and Katoa grounds it. I'm going to say, exposing League Games, that it was reckless Ollie. I think this, to be honest, I am having a bit of a guess. A little bit of a guess. Lancaster said earlier, did the Raiders just win the premiership? Maybe with Hughes going off. I mean, it's huge, and obviously we're not really able to react in the immediate moment to it because it could be nothing. It could be a little 1 weeker, but if it's a month, then that's his season. That's huge. Oh, it was a big contact. The whole NRL world right now is desperate for information on this. It didn't seem to hurt him too much at the time, but it really hurt him there. His hand was just hanging there. I think it's a wrist. He's broken his wrist. He's broken his wrist. That's it. That's it. He's not clutch. Jerome Hughes has broken his wrist. That's surely this. I mean, I'm to be honest, my knowledge of injury layouts is not great, but surely that's it. Surely that's his year. That's got to be his year. I'm gonna need to enlist you guys. One of you needs to go on Twitter. Whoever has Twitter, look at NRL Physio. I need the latest updates from NRL Physio on this. If it's a broken wrist, hang on, NRL broken wrist. I'm seeing like previous ones. Yeah. Yeah, Dallin broke his wrist in February and wasn't going to return until round 6. That's season done. I think that's season done. Reckless Ollie, it was an educated guess. It was still a guess, but like I did have a vague memory. Anyway, his night is over. Oh, his season is over, brother. His season is over. Is Coco doing good, says George? She seems to be doing well. She's just doing dog things. Yeah, you're doing dog things, aren't you, little dog? Nice ball out here to Coates. Back inside is Pappenhausen. He doesn't get the ball across. Oh, and he's over the sideline. What a play for Walsh. What a play for Walsh. That was great.
He's the greatest. He's the best.
They've celebrated that as if it was a try, but honestly, I think it's justified. Look at how up and about they are. That's great. It was a one-on-one tackle. Look at him pick up the bigger man. Bang over the sideline. That's great work. It was maybe beyond horizontal, though. They are going to challenge it. I think it was beyond horizontal. If the advantage is gone anyway, then this can't be overturned. Bombastic dog side-eye. Yeah, she's covered up a little bit. There we go. Beautiful. This seems irrelevant because advantage is gone. But this doesn't matter because advantage has been taken. What I would be challenging is that Walsh put Coates over the horizontal. I think he did. This is a very technical one. Yeah, they're saying everything to Grant Atkins. Well, we just keep looking at this. This is taking a long time. I think this is being played at by Carrigan, to be honest. Okay, they're just kind of copying it out. I would have challenged maybe on that play, but I would have challenged that Coates is over horizontal, as I said. Anyway, what's the NRL Physio account called? It's called NRL Physio. At NRL Physio. EB says, I have a question. If Kenty interviews Hooper, would it be called NRL 180 or an AA meeting? Journos Anonymous. There was an article that I think it was I won't say which media organization it was that posted it because I'm not completely confident. I don't want to defame anyone. But they posted an article. It was like the NRL's top 20 overpaid players revealed. And I commented, can't wait for the RLPA to release NRL's top 20 overpaid journos revealed. Because it's for some reason we just think players are punching bags when it comes to that, and deserve to be criticized. Anyway, Magnetic, I'm glad you like the new vid. Oh, Coco seems like she's looking to go. Hang on, let me help her down. Oh, she doesn't need my help. Sorry, guys. Coco's gone. At least for now. At least for now. Raiders guaranteed grand final based on Hughes' wrist. Well, you won't be playing them week 1, obviously, but yeah, it's tremendous. Chip from Munster. Oh, Katoa nearly had his second. 20-meter restart. Yeah, it was it's I'm struggling to find the words. I'm a little bit in shock because I'm trying to think if Melbourne can still do it. They've got Wishart, they've got Pezzett, but no Hughes is. I don't think they can. I don't think. Well, at least they can. They can still win 3 games and win the premiership, but I don't think they will. Not now, and that's huge. I think they were premiership favourites. We've just seen the premiership favourites probably wiped out of contention. And it's funny, last time these two sides played, it was Brisbane who had the halves injuries. It was one play, Reynolds and Mam. And still neither of those players have come back. But now it's all come full circle, as we often see with rugby league. Pezzett is decent. He is absolutely decent. But you need a better than decent halfback. A straight through there. All back inside. Ricky found Walsh. That was a good tackle there from Coates. Although Walsh has got up again. He's told to play it again. That's probably a bit generous. They go the short side. Hunt puts a kick in behind and is way over the sideline. Oof. That was a brilliant ball playing there from Melbourne. I love Jordan Ricky's work to find Reece Walsh. Bang. Lovely. But good tackle from Xavier Coates. Very good tackle. Brunchy, could you maybe send the message again? Copy and paste it just so I don't need to stop and scroll back through while I'm trying to read the rest of the chat. This means Raiders are premiership favourites. It probably does. Were they, in terms of odds, was it them or Panthers? I think them and Panthers were 2 and 3. Yeah, no, they were. That's huge. EB says, should the Titans use the Raiders blueprint for their rebuild? I mean, they kind of almost don't need to because they already have the juniors. I don't have the answer for them. You don't need to struggle to convince players to come and live on the Gold Coast like you do in Canberra. So it's not necessarily like for like. What they definitely would love to have is just an ounce of the Raiders culture. The hard-working culture that they have in Canberra. So, thank you, FRW. I appreciate that. Magnetic, it takes time for... I mean, I think probably my broadcast is a little bit behind because I'm watching it through the Foxtel Go app. But then it goes through my OBS, it goes through YouTube, it goes to you, or Twitch if you're watching it on Twitch. So, that's why. It's never going to be live. It was nice work from Pappenhausen. He had an opportunity to get Coates over the sideline. Coates has lost about 10 meters there. Great work from the veteran Ben Hunt. Who'd you prefer to run at you off the back fence, Nelson or Spencer Leniu? I'm going with Leniu, and I know he's back fence Spence, but 2 reasons. One, Nelson is larger. Leniu's not like the biggest man, but also I'm a Roosters fan, and it would be kind of cool. I think I'd get all giddy. Is that kick maybe going to be 40-20? No, I don't think it is. Where's the touchdown going to land? It's in the field of play? Jeez, well, I trust the touchy. He had a better angle than I did, probably. But geez, that was a 42, really. Forget 40-20. Bang out a dummy half. I, to be honest, thought that this went over in goal. Nah, I'm happy with that call. That's crazy. Oh, we have an animation for that. It's a 40. It's a 45. It's 40-2. Here come Melbourne. Opportunity to go ahead. They haven't really missed much of a beat. I will say that with Hughes not being there, except for that one first set. Garlic out a dummy half. That's good goal line defense, but they do give away 6 again there, Brisbane. How much was the feature fee? From who? Lendog says, you know how you said you were going to make the Manly video? Did you pull the plug on that, or were you always going to make that Raiders video? Also, very proud of you. You know, the Manly video will still come. Just probably... I'm gonna say next week, but next week, like, there's a lot of finals videos to make, so maybe not next week. But I'm absolutely still making it. It's written, it's ready to go. But it's the same style as the Raiders video. Oh, charge Ollie for his video. Nah, Ollie, I'd do it for free. Most people I would charge, but Ollie is an OG. So, oh, Garlic goes again out of dummy half, and he got closer that time. Ben Hunt did a star jump. Nelson close to the line, reaches out, doesn't get there. It's a good tackle from Ben Tolty, I think it is. He's not getting up. Okay, now he's up. Garlic. We'll go out the back to Wishart, although the ball bounces past him. Finds Cartoa now. There's a lot that's going wrong here. Another 6 again. We're getting close to sin bin period here. We've got a penalty blown now. Ben! It's Mariner. No warning is very harsh, in my opinion. That's very harsh. They're going to challenge it? I think Carrigan's got a good point about a warning. That's... Oh, smart guy, we might need some black text on that instead of the white text. Hang on, let me do that. Let me do that again. I think, look, I don't like the tone in which Pat Carrigan spoke to Grant Atkins there, right? It was a bit, you know, questioning, let's say, but I think he has the right to in this instance. Because, yeah, I mean, the 8 indiscretions, I don't think Melbourne had quite 8, but no warning is very rough. Very rough. I don't agree with that sin bin, says, sorry, I'm trying to read the name. It's dark red on my screen. This game is crazy. It's Dabboatster shorts. I agree with you, Dabboatster shorts. Artbook says, turned off slow mode for yellow line and no one did it. They did it on YouTube. Coates, is he over the sideline? He's over the sideline. Brisbane scramble defense. This is special. This is special.
This is superhuman. This is unbelievable.
First it was Walsh on Coates. There, you see Coates get up for balls like that. He scores them. That's just what he does. But Arthurs and Stags, they got him. That was great strength. Great strength. Great attitude. And it's such an important game. Very cool. Broncos want it more. I agree completely, Tiger. They do seem to. And it's... it can galvanize a team. It can Lachlan galvanize a team when you feel that the call's gone against you that's pretty diabolical. And while I don't necessarily disagree with the penalty, I think it's very harsh to send a player with no warnings. Now penalty Brisbane to compound it. Melbourne's discipline in this game has been awful. It's gone both ways. Oh look, they're asking for 10 now. They're asking for 10. The Broncos crowd. I'm having a look at the team stats. I think the discipline's been pretty poor on both sides, but mostly Melbourne. Let me have a look. So 4 set restarts awarded each. Apparently Brisbane have conceded 6 penalties to Storm's 4. I thought it was the opposite. But you do, relatively speaking, you tend to see very disciplined Melbourne sides, and this has been uncharacteristic in that sense. Dean says, what's the limit on sin bins? How many can a team have at one point? There is no limit. There is no limit. But almost certainly at some point, I mean, it would be impressive to like get enough in the space of 10 minutes. Now a penalty again. Is the warning coming? Patrick Carrigan, I'm sure, is having words. Yeah, at some point you'd get send-offs instead of sin bins, I think. Hello, Sozzle. What did Nelson do here? Oh, shoulder to head. That's got to be... yeah, I'm with the Broncos fans here. I am. That's got to be a sin bin. That's got to be a sin bin. That is heaps worse. It might even be a send-off, honestly. It's shoulder to head. I don't think it will be a send-off. I think it'll be a sin bin. Yeah. Nelson's in the bin. I need to duplicate my yellow line asset. I don't have 2. I've only got 1. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? That is not only a sin bin, but he's going to be out for finals games. He's absolutely out for finals games. Several of them. He won't be back for a couple of weeks at least. It's gone from bad to worse for the Melbourne Storm. Kat says, just watch your new vid. I think you're a closeted Canberra fan. I've been pretty open about the fact that they're my second team. As a Canberra local. But yes, as I said, if you haven't watched it, those of you on Twitch, I do wonder I mean, there's only 6 of you right now, so you guys would all know. But I do wonder, some people coming into it, should they even know that I'm a YouTuber primarily? Probably not. But yes, watch the video if you haven't already, because I'm very happy, very proud of it. Who would win in a run it straight contest between Lenu and prime Mark O'Mealy? I think O'Mealy's going to be pretty comfortable there. There's been 3 penalties here. Another one for high contact in just this one kind of possession. Yeah, I'm definitely tapping and going. You've already got the 2-point advantage. They are going to tap and go. So it's a very annoying thing on the back of my head. Can I see your primary school mud shot photo? Okay. I love this photo. It was my Instagram profile picture for a while. I just think it's so funny. There it is. Okay. Brisbane here. It looked like it was going to go the other way around. It looked like Melbourne were getting their ascendancy back. But now, after a sin bin to Asif Solomona, it's Brisbane. Off the back of 3 penalties, are all on top of it here. You look like a serial killer. I'm just a child, bro. It is funny, though. It was for our school play, where I played the lead. Anyway. Leaguie Junior needed a haircut. Disagree. I think that's cool hair. Bat on there for the winger there of Karapati. Runs back infield. It was good work there. He was dynamic. Goes short side here. Walsh. Piakura, he scored. Brendan Piakura has scored off the back of Reece Walsh, who's having a tremendous game. He is having a tremendous game. I saw, who was it earlier that said Walsh disaster class incoming? Unfortunately for you, the opposite is true. Brendan Piakura over in the corner, and I very rarely go for the Brisbane Broncos, but right now I feel that I am. Really interesting one there, because he's playing on the wing with Karapani having taken the run earlier. He put the arm out. I'll tell you what, he scored it, but he would have been close to the sideline. Would have been close. FRW, could you maybe do a little less spamming? That would be great. And Brunchy, come on, what are you doing, bro? %66% of you on YouTube said that the Storm will win this game. I don't think we did get we get a poll going on Twitch? I think we did. Yeah, so it was 100% to Storm on Twitch. Beef in the chat. Oh no, beef in the chat. Do you think Storm will still win the grand final without Hughes? No, I think they've just been removed from like that upper echelon with the Raiders and the Panthers and probably the Dogs as well. They do still have Harry Grant to come back. That is true. We're not seeing this complete Storm side. But Nass will be out for weeks. Hughes will be out, I think, for the year. Massive. Where is Coco? Sorry, Dean. She wanted to leave.
Don't miss it. Don't miss it.
Walsh from the sideline. Trying to make it an 8-point gap before halftime.
Hey, clutch.
Oh.
The Iceman cometh.
He's have. Oh, did you hear what Tanganane said? That is a great line. He's turning toilet water into wine. That's unreal. Oh man, I love Tanganane. 4 to 8 weeks for Jerome Hughes, says Ollie. Okay, your 4 to 8 week recovery. I'm not happy. I know I'm smiling. I'm not happy. I'm in shock at what has happened. I mean, I definitely didn't want Melbourne to win this year's premiership. And this does help that goal, but you obviously never want to see someone break their hand. 4 to 8 weeks does mean it's not... I mean, the grand final will be in 5 weeks. Is there a narrative of Jerome Hughes comes back in the grand final, first game back, Cooper Cronk style, I think that storyline is there, you know. I think it is, because grand final's in 5 weeks' time. That's... And for a grand final, you will take those levels of risk. But they're still going to be hard-pressed to make it there. Jeez. Water into wine should be a soundbite. Well, it was toilet water into wine. But yeah, no, that is kind of diabolical. Rapper, what did you think of it?
That's the kind of take that makes you banned from the footy club.
I think it would get you banned from the footy club if you said it was turning toilet water into wine. Kat says, I'm in Canberra today watching Socceroos tomorrow. Oh, who are the Socceroos playing? Damn. I just saw the clock. It was stuck on 35 and it's now at halftime. Was that maybe you heard the siren then? Anyway. Did you play footy as a kid? I did not, Bobothy. I grew up overseas. So literally I played one game of rugby league in my life and it was a Sports Shed charity match. And the second one will be the Sports Shed charity match if I get invited back. Yeah, the meme game. Make it meme. We could do that. Dr. Pepper or cherry Coca-Cola. I really don't like either, to be honest. I'm a Pepsi Max kind of guy. Oh, Coco wants to come in. Hello, Cokes. Yes! She doesn't understand why I'm not just giving her infinite cuddles. Coco, close up. Okay, I did promise. Oh, hang on. All my wires are tangled. Okay. All right, Cokes. Coco. Yes. Oh, there we go. That's as close as I can get because my phone, which is my camera, is connected through a wire. But yeah. Whoa. This is amazing. I agree. No, this is the best content you could possibly ask for. This is just what like the Leaguie should be. I think overall, we need this daily. We need daily Coco content. She's so confused. What? You're right, Coco? Just trying to compute it. This is rugby league. How good's rugby league? I think I'll just like show this for the rest of halftime. Who needs the meme game when you've got this? Who needs me more specifically when you've got this? She does not know why this like phone is just in her face, but she's alright with it. What is Coco short for? Okay, no, her name is just Coco. Coco is short for Coco. Okay. So, if you're the Melbourne Storm, I guess I would be going with Wishart at 7 still, not Peasant. I think Wishart's a little bit more proven. Few says she's so cuted. Oh, look at that. Look at that. She does this so that I don't leave. Puts her paw on my hand. Because it's my first day back, she's just like hyper attached. It's okay, Coach. Don't worry. It's alright. I'm here. I'm just streaming to the people, to the masses, to the hundreds upon hundreds, thousands, if you will. Although it's currently a grand total of 23, which is 23 more people than I deserve, frankly. But that's all right. Yeah, that camera's fine. Yeah, Magnetic, what is the halftime entertainment at Suncorp? I think NRL Head's prediction of 24-10 could be very accurate. Could be very, very accurate. We just need a second half that's like the first. And you get it. Make it mean we maybe don't have time now. I think we spent too much time on Coco. Who usually sets that up and drops the code? It is probably worth me learning how to do it. Hang on. Make it meme. Private game. Create a private lobby. Okay, I think I'm setting up a game. I'll put the code in. How much help do Melbourne need? A lot. Oh, show code. Sorry, I was confused as to why it wasn't working. Okay, code is in YouTube chat. Code is in Twitch chat. You go to makeitmeme.com. To be fair, I will probably start it with not too many players in, just because we don't have a lot of time. What is Coco? Now that's a good question. It's funny, she's not on her bed. She's on the human bed, part of the bed. There we go. Okay, we've got 4 players. Well, I'll start it with like 6 or 7. Okay, we've got 7. Cool. I'll start it now. If you haven't joined, I'm sorry. But we're risking not having time to really get through them. Okay. As usual, please people keep them nice. Like, as in, like, don't make me show anything that would get my channel punted into oblivion. I don't really know this meme format, so I'm going to pick a new one. This is good. Okay, I like this meme format because I freaking love Thomas the Tank Engine. Or I did when I was a child. Time for Thomas to leave. He had seen... I know what this is. Carrigan. After... Oh, this is... how do I phrase this? After that... Oh, sorry, was it Mariner who got binned? I think it was. Yeah. After that... Mariner... Carrigan to Atkins. Can't wait to finish last. Oh, we do actually have time. I thought it was going to be... I didn't know we had not had the halftime show yet. 6 errors. Okay, it's probably the 6 errors, Storm, compared to Broncos 1 that I'm focusing on there. Leaguie waiting for Roosters to get a premiership. It has been a little while now. A little while. I mean, since 2019, it's been 6 seasons. It'll be 7. That's a premiership drought by our standards. That's a good meme. Hello. Go get him. Look who it is. You guys remember this guy? Sorry, be listening to Rabbitohs fans tell me about how they will do well this season. I like that.
They don't even have Latrell Mitchell.
You're gonna say hi to them. These people have waited a very long time to see you. This is actually quite like the Discord's gonna be going crazy about this.
Do you have like special email? What are they? Like
there was one that was you for a little while. I don't know if it's still there.
Everyone should go and watch the James Tedesco Teddy Time series.
Oh, I didn't even tell him to say that. I didn't even tell him to say that. But that's so true.
And the live streams too.
Facts.
Is it a specific day or is it just...
Yeah, Tuesday, 7 p.m.
Tuesday, 7 p.m.
Yeah.
I'll stay tuned.
Yeah. There you go. The Discord is genuinely going to be going crazy right now after that. Sorry I wasn't reading out the memes there. Absolute cinema. Carrigan to Ackers after the Mariner sin bin? No, that's the funniest one. Do you think the Nas sin bin is correct? Absolutely. If not, I would have gone to send off. I think it was closer to a send off than it was to nothing. League and team donation. Now, that is true. That is very, very true. The goat needs to get a buzz. He does have a lot of long hair right now. It's my other brother who's got even more. Here we go. Meme 7 out of 9 here. The Leaguie, knowing the community, knows his membership clubs have been exposed. Well, this is definitely reckless Ollie. He's the only one that cares about it this much. They have not been exposed, so I'm downvoting it. No sun, no kryptonite. DC talking about his crazy. No, that's funny. That's funny. That is a good meme. In my opinion, that should be number 1. Leaguie fans. Oh, Leaguie being on a street. Hang on. He came in after these memes were written. He came in after the memes were written. That's got to be number 1. That's got to be number 1. He had one stream. And you're still making memes about him, and there he is. That's incredible. That's actually incredible. Yeah, of course that's number 1. Of course that's number 1. Hang on, I've got to show him. I've got to show him. It's gonna run out. I need to take a screenshot. Damn it. I'm opening snipping tool. That is insane. We won't go for a round 2. We won't go for a round 2, unfortunately. You guys can if you like. I mean, I'll keep the game going, but we do need to get back to the game. Hang on, I'm telling him to come here. Simon. Come look at this. This meme was made before you came in.
Is that Zelda? That's good.
That's the generational impact. Your one stream left. They're still making memes about you. And then you came in and you fulfilled the prophecy.
You made that.
Good waifu.
They should get praise.
Whoever that is,
Profit.
get praise. Well, you tell them.
You're now a prophet of the Leaguie-verse. Everyone should listen to you.
Nice. Okay. The game actually hasn't started yet. We haven't come back. Jerry Lawler laughing. Waluigi casually dropping the greatest wisdom of all time. That's what he does. That's what he does. I'm watching this with from Suncorp with my mate up the Bronx. You must be very happy. How was the reaction? I'm curious to the sin bin. It looked like the crowd was feral. Absolutely feral. Raiders after 20 grand final. Emotional damage. Now that I will upvote. That I will definitely upvote. Okay, yeah, they're coming out. They're coming out. Sorry. Again, I'll keep the game going, but yeah. Absolute BS. I did agree. I agree. I thought Brisbane definitely should have received a warning. You wouldn't have heard this at the ground, but Patrick Carrigan was very, very animated to Grant Atkins about how many indiscretions Melbourne got away with without a sin bin. So, yeah. There's kickoff of the second half on my screen. Big, big half in the context of this season. Brisbane win this. Are they guaranteed top 4? I don't think they're quite guaranteed. I think Sharks can still nab it from them. Oh, no, they won't. They won't. If Brisbane win this, they're guaranteed top 4 because they need... the Sharks to make top 4, Sharks would need to win by 60 points. So that won't happen. So that's great for them. I think I did predict... I predicted Manly 4th, but I think I predicted Brisbane 5th, and I said they'll start slow, but by the end of the season, they'll just tick along. That's a 40-20. That's a 40-20. From Reese... He's having an insane game. Reece Walsh is having a joke of a game. I have, for those of you that are still playing, oh no, there's only two of you that are still in the Make It meme. I did make a meme. This was the one meme that survived, by the way. And I think it was very funny. Okay. 6 more here for Brisbane. If they get out to 18-4 here, I don't think Melbourne come back from it. It becomes very difficult to see. Up the Milk. Why does Up the Milk have so many icons next to his name? Walsh has scored. This is one of the great games I've ever seen Reece Walsh play. There's your plumbing. Reece, in your honor, brother. In your honor. Direct from the lavatory. That's not true. He is having an insane game. Back of the 40-20. Then he scores the try here. Gets it out the back of Ben Hunt here. The lead runner of Ricky beautifully went through. Munster was beaten. Anderson was beaten. Walsh gets it done. That's great play. Back end of the season, the stars stand up, and he is one of them. And he could be rocks and diamonds, but tonight it's all coming up. Reece Walsh. There was something in that toilet water, says Sea Phantom. I think that's the only reasonable conclusion. This is the thing, you know, when a player is in the news all week. Oh my god, he did the drinking celebration. That's hilarious. When a player's in the news for the whole week long and people are like, oh, is it going to affect his performance at the end of the week? Is it going to put him off? No, it is not. It's not a determining factor whatsoever. Proven. Oh, that's not what I meant to click. I meant to click this.
Don't miss it. Don't miss it. I'm telling you, seriously. Shoelace! Shoelace, run home! Hey, clutch! Hey, clutch!
That dog is dead. He's clutch. Walsh is clutch. 16 becomes 18. And Melbourne all of a sudden have a 14-point lead. That right there, that is my favorite lead in rugby league. I love that lead because it's a transition moment of thinking, okay, now we can defend this. Now we should win. Now we can defend this. The toilet bowl celebration is crazy. It was crazy. It was very crazy. But very, very funny. Jeez. Reactbot, I think we should all be drinking the toilet water.
You've got more footy IQ than the whole coaching staff combined.
A rare supportive Reactbot moment. He liked that one. Okay. Toilet water it is. Jeez. Sport says, I know you said that Naz was close to a send-off, but we haven't seen a send-off all season. I said it was closer to a send-off than to nothing. So in that sense, I was happy with the sin bin. It was direct shoulder to head. And yeah, I know it's exceedingly rare in the modern game that we do see a full send-off. But that was a particularly bad one. Dean says, tell Coco I love her more than her parents. Oh, she's sleeping. I don't want to wake her up. I'll tell her when she wakes up. Loretta says, if Brisbane win this, I will record myself drinking toilet water. That's a terrible thing, a terrible bet to make at the back end of a game that you're losing. That I don't know why you would have done that. Oh, Coates has dropped it. Coates has dropped it and it's Brisbane ball. They'll get a fresh set here. Sorry. What do we say? Penalty Melbourne. Penalty Melbourne. He's been overruled. Being overruled. Kick chase offside here. Give Coco her bed back, you sick bastard. She likes this more. Her bed was on my bed. And she was not on her bed. She was on mine. She just likes lying on that. I think she might be dead, though. EEB says, has Peter Kura even played 10 games this year? Seriously, the guy plays like 1 or 2 games, then gets injured, comes back. He does have a bit of a availability problem. That is true. I'll have a little look. He's incredibly highly regarded. He's certainly 23. They played 17 games this season, which I would say is the most he's played in a season. No, he played 18 last year. It must just be in little spurts. Because he was out from round 21 until round 26. But he strung a lot of games together earlier this year. Like, consistently. NRL says 24-10. You're 2 converted tries away, brother. It's looking great. Munster puts a kick up. They survived the Kota error at the other end. Now they put a kick of their own. And of course...
He's everywhere, bro.
Nass is back on. So curious to see how play changes with the 2 extra players on the field now. I would say not much. Both sides are playing with a lot of intent, but particularly the Brisbane Broncos. I don't think that will really change their approach much whatsoever. Walsh is having an absolute blinder. He is. And I don't just, in the modern day, you can't praise anyone without being called a glazer. But in a game like this, it is deserved. Everything is working as Ricky knocks on. That's a poor error. ReactBot, should Dean donate to charity? Hang on, I need to reframe that. ReactBot, I think Dean should donate to charity.
Might want to take a spell. Your guest worse than a prop in Golden Point.
ReactBot hates charity. Confirmed certified charity hater. Monster's not happy that he didn't get a penalty there. Dean will donate to the Leaguie charity. He probably will. Probably will. With his Uber millions. Oh, has it been knocked on by Walters? Yes, it was. It was a good play from Billy Walters, though. He's having a very good game of his own. Yeah. Guess I cannot donate to you. What if I legally change my name to charity? Oh, wait, no, he said no. Well, my name's not charity. You can donate to me. Danny says, I used to like React, but now I'm a hater. Yeah, I mean, ever since the allegations came out. React, but I think that you have committed, like, several war crimes.
That's the kind of analysis you'd hear from a veteran like Joey Johns.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. React what? No. No. Dean, do you want mod? Like, I really don't, as you know, give away mod on YouTube at all. But you definitely, you've bought your way there, brother. If you want it, you can have it. As a special exception. Not before anyone else gets excited. I've got enough mods. But Dean is, like, over the course of my career, has donated 10 times as much as anybody else has. So, penalty Brisbane here. Penalty. Sorry. Penalty against Brisbane. Penalty for Melbourne. They have an opportunity to work their way back into this now. And it was Katoni Staggs. So it was interesting. He did get a very clear warning the first time Katoni Staggs did this. No further action. Up the milk. I like to try and keep the mods on the both platforms like kind of different so that I can please as many people as possible. See if anyone wants Twitch mod for 5 minutes. Okay, you can have it for exactly 5 minutes. Just see Phantom. No one else. You are a mod until 9:12 p.m. And I will give Dean mod, because he absolutely should be. I hope you're not disappointed though, Dean. It will change absolutely nothing about your life. With half an hour to go, it's not desperation station yet for Melbourne, but opportunities won't come much better than this. Crash play for Solomona. They've done well there. Walsh is loving this. He put his tongue out there. Munster does get an offload away here. They do get 6 more. Lasati did kick it though, and it's a penalty again for Melbourne. They're saying that Lasati didn't hear and they chose to kick, which is, I think, completely correct. Shibasaki thought he could drink on the job, like his Stone Cold Steve Austin or something. I mean, not all of us can drink on the job. Some of us can. Oh, that's the hard stuff. That right there. That is some straight H2O. That dihydrogen monoxide. It really does knock you about. Once again, Melbourne absolutely getting carried by these refs. I think they gave away more penalties than Brisbane did. So no, I don't agree with that. But I rarely do. Cringe, Leaguie drinking water. Hey, as soon as you get mod chip, now you're getting lippy. I can take that away. You've only got 3 more minutes. Make the most of it. Nelson is really staying down here. Is he genuinely hurt? Walsh and Carey are going to have a little committee meeting. Yeah, okay. He's claiming a crusher. Is it just me? Or, I don't know. I feel like Nas used to be a bit of a cult hero, a cult figure in the NRL world. We loved how he was just so much bigger than anyone else. I think he's just quickly become one of the most dislikable players. Is it just me? I used to think he was really cool, and now I do not like him. And our head wants to relinquish his mod chip. Okay. Two more minutes, Sea Phantom. Wishart across the garlic. Now in the hands of Joe Chan. Danny says, I still like NASA. I know what we're talking about. It might just be me. Ollie wants it in NRL Head's place. NRL Head, are you going to ask for it to come back? Melbourne Broncos over the sideline. They are everywhere. Arrowhead says, bro, I can't. You can't what? You can't have it back? I could give it to you back if you want. No, I think maybe Reckless Ollie should have it instead. Who knows? Good run, Ricky. Good run. Coates will put him over the sideline, I think, here, though. Will he? Jesus, a wrestle, and they don't get it done. And our head's getting bullied by Tiger Walker. I don't delete his messages because I want to see if he was just joking. That's a Nelson Falcon. They're lucky it wasn't on the last. Sea Phantom, you'll do anything? Anything? That ball goes dead. Would you be willing to relinquish your allegiance to the North Queensland Cowboys and pledge undying loyalty to the Sydney Roosters? Henry Head says, Tiger, I can take you in a fight, buddy. I'm 6'5" and jacked. I doubt that. Massively. Cold take. Rapbot telling me not to donate to charity. Yep. It was a very cold take. Both sides really flirting with the sideline here. Ball across from Meany. Finds Ryan Pappenhausen. Short ball. Lasati. The man who I literally only know as being in my NRL... Sorry, my Rugby League 26 starter squad. NRL says I might have lied about that. Okay, kick over the top. Coates tried to go up for it. Couldn't get it. Arthur's safe again. Brisbane are just surviving as the clock is just ticking down. EB says, considering Walsh is playing career best footy without Reynolds and Mann, Broncos should keep Walters and Hunt in the halves. That is very hot. That is very hot. I mean, I would argue though that Walsh's form in 2023, yeah, 2023, with Mam and Reynolds in the halves was pretty outstanding. Nice offload there from Walters though. It's just all mods in the chat. Ollie, I did. But as you guys will literally see, nothing changes. Okay. I've already given CFAT 2 minutes of extra modship. He is begging. But I'm not a benevolent leader. I'm not at all a benevolent leader. React bot. I thought it was pretty justified to remove C Phantom's modship.
You sound like a Raiders fan in March. Way too confident, mate.
That is very threatening. Sorry, what? But just promoting a show? It's very Channel 9 of them. I guess it's technically not an ad break during play, but it's an ad read during play. That's for sure. That's close. Anyway. Out the book says, I'm always pessimistic in March. Yeah, that one didn't age too well this year, at least. Guys, no more mods. This is what happens. I was like, I'll give it to Dean. He has paid his way there. Now everyone wants different mods. It's okay. I've got a currently fantastic mod setup. I do not need more mods. If I grow more, then yes. So, you know, watch the videos, hype the videos. That's the new thing. I probably should have asked for that on the Raiders one, for the video to be hyped. Yeah, Jesus, the video, it's the 8th best performing out of my last 10 videos. Oh well, that's okay. Average view duration's huge though. Anyway, sorry, I'm just looking at my own analytics. Tiger hyped, thank you. I appreciate you doing that. So did NRL Head, and so did Dean. That's outstanding. I would like to apologize on behalf of YouTube for yet another thing being introduced for you guys that is almost certainly going to be exploited. I don't think it's a great feature, but anyway, it is what it is. Munster across to find Anderson. Coaches into space. Jeez, he ran over the top of Arthur's, but Arthur's held on. Excuse me. After Milk harped the video as well. Danny says, up the Charles. If you could up my video, that'd be outstanding. Oh, this could be a Melbourne try. It's not going to be a Melbourne try. Again. Yeah, it's Melbourne knock on. Great Brisbane defense. Reckless Ollie says, I used all 3 of my hypes for the week on that vid. That is great. I didn't even know that you had access to 3. There was like something about points. I was able to use 1.9k points to hype it up myself. I don't know. Anyway. 2.5 years for their last back-to-back loss is ridiculous. Is that what they just said? That is utterly insane. Oh, knock on Hunt. Munster gets him back in here. He's getting his boys up and about. They need 3 scores. They need 3 scores. It's going to be 2 tries and a penalty goal. But damn. Young says, why get complacent now a week before finals fighting for top 4? I don't think they are complacent. I mean, they rested their guys. In this game, I think Brisbane have just been, like, really, really good. I'm so nervous for tomorrow. They're talking about the Roosters South game. Oh, I think we'll win. I do, and if we do, it will be one of like the best experiences I've had in a game. But I'm very, very nervous. I do want to say as well, I mentioned this a few times, but I am doing a meet and greet. Not me, like, personally, but a number of NRL content creators. Go to retrorugbyleague.com. He's the man that's organizing it. If you are going to the Roosters game tomorrow and you want to meet some of us. Warbrick in the corner. He'll get there. Yeah, he'll get there. That was uncharacteristically soft defense there. They've been very, very good all game, but that was a bit easy, and they're going to be back within 10 points here. They are back within 10 points here. Thank you, Danny, for the hypes. That's appreciated. We shout out here to Kato, who does seem to be playing like a fair bit of a centre role on the back of these plays. And yeah, it was just the wing of Karapani. He was not able to deal with Warbrick there. And at the end, it was just Walters who was left with him. Oh, and it was Walsh as well. They actually collided with one another. Yeah, Walsh isn't happy with Karapani there. The Warman says, are you getting my comments? That might be the first one that I've seen of yours. The Warman PT. That was just something I wanted to do with Sea Phantom. As a little funny thing. I won't be doing it with other people. I'm sorry. But I appreciate you asking. I'm getting them, but I can't read every single comment. I'm very fortunate enough that there's too many of them for me to get through a lot of the time. Thank you as well. Sorry, I missed this for following on Twitch. And Young Spurt N followed 11 minutes ago. If you are still here, thank you very much. Meanie with a big kick, and he's missed it. He's missed it. That would have been good. That would have been very, very good. That takes the penalty goal and 2-point field goal, in fact, out of the equation for them. They need 2 tries. It's something, but anyway. Yeah, problems. I'm going to the rivalry game tomorrow. As I said, it'll be tremendous if we win, but if we lose, my God, that's going to be awful. Awful. Especially when you're someone like... I'm now... If I go to an NRL game, 2 or 3 times, someone will come up to me and, like, you know, talk about the videos, which is so cool. Like, it's I absolutely love that. But tomorrow, like, there's going to be... If South win, the South fans are going to be like, oh, Leaguie, how about that? How about that? I'll be copping it. But yeah, that's okay. That's pretty funny. Will you jump the fence if AJ gets a hat-trick tomorrow? I would very much consider it. I would not be the first to jump the fence. Certainly. But I would consider it. I'd need to see a lot of people go on the field first. Basically enough that I can be confident that, okay, they're not going to fine all of us. Nass with a run there. Tackled by... I think it was Ricky and Ben Hunt. Lorenzo says Chooks will win tomorrow. I think so. I agree. But you're always nervous. You're always nervous. In those games, Cameron Murray being back as well does scare me as well. It's just, yeah. Yeah. I'd rather, to be honest, Young, AJ not to break it. Because I saw someone say this. It would be just a really weird kind of footnote at the end of a disappointing season for South Sydney. Especially if it's done in a game where they lose to their biggest rivals. It would be a bit of a splutter. Whereas if it's something that they can... Say like he needs one more try. If he gets 2 and he needs one more try. The build-up throughout the whole off-season would be great. There'd be South fans organising stuff at the game. Like, there'd be a lot that I think would happen. But yeah. Obviously, he could get a hat-trick. I don't think he'll score 3 on Noangani Tuase's wing, but he could get it. So yeah. Lancaster says, it'll be great. I'm glad for Murray to make it back in time. You just know that he'd drag himself out with no legs while actively spilling his organs if it meant he had a chance to stop the Roosters from making the 8. Yeah. Yes. And although Melbourne knock on, although I completely, you know, am upset that he's playing, I have to respect it. I really do. He is everything to that club. So they're not going to challenge this, Melbourne. No, they will challenge it. Geez, that's a very late challenge. I'm getting tired. The sleep deprivation is kicking in. So it's not a challenge? We have an animation for challenge unsuccessful. We have an animation for challenge inconclusive. We have an animation for challenge successful as well. We do not have an animation for challenge didn't happen. Brisbane score here and it's game over for sure. I'm calling that for sure. Penalty. And yeah, they definitely should take the 2. Alex says, an AJ hat-trick to knock the Chooks out, break the record, and cap 5 wins in a row to escape the bottom 4 after the worst injury run in our history would be so sweet. It'd give me so much hope. That is, yeah, I guess it does depend on how you frame it. It would be pretty cool from their perspective in when you put it like that. The 5 wins in a row is the amazing thing. I don't know, Lancaster. Break it 3 games into a season being anticlimactic. I mean, it'd be less climactic than week 1 of the season. But I think it'd be cool to have something to look forward to, you know, in that sense. This could, I mean, not on a conscious level, it could be a subconscious thing of me just not wanting him to score all the tries. I definitely don't want him to do it tomorrow. Let's put it that way. But that's kind of obvious. Yeah, high contact. They've done a lot of high shots tonight, Melbourne. A lot of high shots. NRL head wants mod. Why would I give you mod? I am conscious of having just the whole chat filled with the mods, but yeah, NRL head. I mean, you had it from the very beginning, so yeah. If any mods are not desperate to be mods, and you want to maybe be a mod on Leaguie games instead, then that would be good. Kick from Walsh. That 12-point gap returns. I pressed try. It was not a try. To be abundantly clear, the T is next to the G. I fat fingered the button. Now look at the kid in the background there. That's so cool. Jeez, Walsh is barking orders. Only Adam Reynolds has a chance to return. Jeez, from the sounds of that, it was a lot more interesting than that. Okay. Is the schedule of week 1 of the finals always the same? As in, do we know, for example, when the Raiders are going to be playing? It would be incredibly annoying for me if the Raiders play before the Roosters. The Roosters might not play in the finals. I want to be clear. But that would be very annoying. It would, I think, stop me from going to the Roosters game. I couldn't go back to Canberra and then come back up. Big Ange reported as Ten Hag's replacement at Leverkusen. That'd be a great appointment. That would be it's a very different appointment to Eric Ten Hag. If they were interested in Eric Ten Hag, then it's weird that they'd be interested in Ange Postecoglou. But anyway, yeah. 6 more. Danny says, damn, I didn't know your fingers were fat. They are. I got really small hands. Like, you can't tell maybe from that. I've got little Elton John hands. And I'm a pianist. Like, I needed big hands. And as a kid, it was traumatic. I could not do an octave. I can now, but I got particularly small hands. Fun facts about me. Alex says, I believe it's top 4 on Friday and Saturday night, 5 to 8 on Saturday Arvo, and 6 to 7 on Sunday Arvo. Okay. It might just mean that I have to give up seeing the Roosters if they play. But either way, if it's against, say, the Warriors, then it doesn't matter. I think this will be a try here. Oh, saved by Warbrick. Saved by Warbrick.
He's everywhere, bro.
EB says, mind you, he didn't have to play this week. He's risking a lot just to make sure the Roosters don't make the finals. Tier 1 hater. He is. Well, yeah, he said it's about getting in the trenches with his team, which is, you know, captain's material stuff. But yes, there's definitely, I won't name names, there's definitely other players in the NRL who would not be playing in this game. I think most. That's a penalty, Brisbane. Pappenhausen is complaining about there not being a ball. Oh, the fact that there was no ball in the bucket. Geez, that's an interesting one. Pappenhausen was adamant that it shouldn't be a penalty. I would take the 2. Yeah. There's been a lot of weird things that have happened in this game. There's been a lot of very weird things. Slightly off. Okay, 2v3 Friday, 1v4 Saturday Arvo, 5v8 Saturday evening, and 6v7 on Sunday. Okay. So, if Roosters make it, I'm picking between the Canberra game and the Roosters game. In which case, I would almost certainly go to the Canberra game because I want to be back in my place in Canberra and make videos in my background. Okay, well, that's we'll wait till it's confirmed anyway. But yeah, that's probably what will happen then. Now watch people say they got robbed. Oh man, every game that there's people on Instagram saying that they were robbed. The Rugby League guru spoke about it, and he said if there's one word that he could ban in Rugby League, it would be the word robbed. Nice kick from Reece Walsh, capping off a hell of a game from him. He's already got a try. That's now 2 penalty goals, 2 conversions. That, by my count, is a whopping 12 out of the 20 points. Oh no, he got 2 tries. Excuse me. It's 16 out of the 20 points. Oh yeah, there we go. I said there'd be people with the toilet. I said there would be. That's unreal. Ollie says Shane Webke was an accelerated wrist injury and his return was still 5 weeks. This is the thing, for a grand final, I can see the narrative. I can see it, the Cooper Cronk 2018 style narrative. But they have to get there. They have to get there. And that's going to be the very, very tough thing. Raghunath says it's going to be interesting how Bellamy organises his team. I do think it'll be just Wishart into the 7 and it's business as usual. But there's a big dip in quality in the halves in that case. Yeah, Lorenzo, I'd go for a donut. Yeah, problems I answered earlier. If it happens, I would have to see a lot of people go onto the field before I do. I'm also on the 2nd level of Allianz, so I would have to actively run down the escalators in order to get to the field. So it would be tough. Is Willison a chance of returning? I don't know. To be honest, I have no idea the progression of his injury. I'm not reading out Wayne's full name. He's not going to get me on that. Wishart's through. He's got support inside from Pappenhausen. He finds him. That's it. Goodbye. No. Oh, well, he did get caught. It's going to be a try anyway. To be honest, I wasn't even watching. I thought, yeah, Pappenhausen doesn't get caught in those circumstances. He did get caught. Meany's in. 22 boys to 12. This ain't over yet. Not quite. Let's see here. Wishart just dummied and went straight through the line. I thought Pappenhausen for sure was surely gone. That's Karapani got him. Yeah, and he needed to. Nwanga say for at least 2. I'd be really, really happy with that because it'd be the top try scorer of the season. Coates hasn't got one in this game. Has he? Because Coates was the other person who's in. Yeah, Coates hasn't got one yet. Let me look at the stats, because it's weird. It's something I feel that we talk about a lot most seasons, but we just haven't this year. So the Hammer is sitting on 19. To be fair, Hammer could have an absolute field day against understrength Raiders. So you would think Nwanga one try ahead. He probably needs to. Coates won't catch him. Tupou sitting on 18 could still theoretically get it. Kohler on 17 would be a bit far away, you'd think. So really, it's between Mark and the Hammer, given that Coates doesn't look like he's going to overtake Mark in this game. Coates is still sleeping. I can confirm she is breathing, though. Like, boy, it says you're streaming NBA 2K17. Oh, yeah, I changed it. Lol, why is it called League? Oh, damn it. Thank you for letting me know. I mean, unfortunately, it's very, very late for that. That is very funny. That might be why the viewers were so low. Because they're like, this guy's not playing NBA 2K17. Lorenzo, I am 100% going to the Roosters game tomorrow. You won't be able to find me on TV. I'm sort of sitting up in a corner, but yes. Geez, that was risky there. Nas jumps on the ball, saves it. Katoa now. So there's 8 points in it, 7.5 minutes to go. Tiger, he might be asleep. He's got work in the morning. Oh, that ball's come free. Still play on? Is it rolling? Yes. No, now it's knock on. Now it's sort of knock on, and that's huge. They surely challenge it. You need to at this point. Young says, I wonder when was the last time Storm even lost back-to-back? Also, if Bronx score again, what about the last time Storm lost 13 plus back-to-back? I think earlier we said it was 2.5 years. There's the challenge. Yeah, sorry I missed that up the milk. So let's see. Yeah, I think that came off a Bronco. I think that's fairly clear. That is definitely off the Bronco. And it's all about whether this hit the arm of Tyra Wishart, as we know. And looking at that angle, I don't think it did. That's hard to call. I'm happy with this either way. I think I would give successful challenge. Inconclusive. They've copped out a couple of times with the inconclusive. Where was the person earlier saying Melbourne being carried by the refs in this game? EB says, what's going to happen first? Titans winning a premiership or Chevy Stewart catching a contested high ball? I think Chevy Stewart catching a contested high ball.
That's sharper than a winger's step when they are in space.
Yeah, would have been funnier if he roasted me for that. That's what I was going for. No. I mean... I think we could potentially see the Titans fold before they win a premiership, genuinely. Loren says, yeah, so go in there and take over. I mean, when I was younger, I really wanted to do that. But you have to be on-field official to also be a bunker official. I don't think that's necessarily a good thing. So across here to Ben Hunt, finds, is Jaden Hunt underneath? No, it was stripped. It's Jack Gajewski. No, it's not. Is it? No, that's not Jack Gajewski. My bad. He looks a little bit like Gajewski, to be fair, with Jaden Hunt. There's some similarities. I think they surely just soak up more time. Yeah. We'll go 2 more. Milk says they should be able to say bunker pick, all right. Check it out, and 100% sure what happens pick. I don't care. It's that's the way it used to be. There didn't used to be an inconclusive challenge. I like having inconclusive because I do think there are times where you cannot conclude, but I do think they sometimes cop out a little bit, and I think that was one of the times. Is it just the hair, or does Mark Nongani to us who looks like Mike Whitney? Well, I don't know who Mike Whitney is. So I'm currently Googling who that is. Retired Australian television personality. Okay, and former cricketer. That would be why I didn't know him. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, okay, I'm familiar with this guy. No, I am. I see it. That's a good call. They're similar looking men, I would say. The head does play a lot of it, though. EB says, honestly, I think if Hane's reign at the Titans goes to hell, they should be kicked to Queensland Cup. It's being an NRL team is about more than on-field success. It's about demographics, but yeah. I don't think it is the Titans' last chance, but it does feel to some extent. They're doing the Walsh sway. Bang. This has been an incredible performance of the Brisbane Broncos. They will, you think, win this game. 10 points. That's the 3rd penalty goal of the game. It's just been a properly efficient performance. Reece Walsh, in particular, man of the match, definitely. Lorenzo says, perhaps post the Manly video after this week finishes as Manly lose the DC plays his final game of the club. That was my plan. It's whether I will have time, because I will be doing a guide to the NRL finals. I made a video that exactly last year, and it did very well. And also reacting to my ladder prediction, which I could do post-season. But I think, I didn't predict the Premier. I predicted who finishes first and second and third and all that. So it does make sense to do it now. And I also, because everyone will probably be doing their ladder reaction at some point. If I can get in a bit earlier, that does help me. So those will probably be the 2 videos next week. Put that kickoff in your end of season. There's a lot of moments to go in that reel. That one doesn't make it. There's crazier ones. That iRob was brutal. Go to sleep already. I'm not even going to sleep immediately after this. But I am feeling pretty tired, I'll be real. It's okay, there's only 3 minutes left to go. 6 more for Brisbane. Hunt finds other Hunt. Oh, was that high again? No. Pakes in a dummy half. No, it's not. Sorry, smoothing in a dummy half. Now across the Walsh, straight through. Yeah, too easy. They're going to challenge it. What's Walsh doing here? What? Sorry, what was Walsh doing? He had a little runaround play. He didn't ground it. He was still going. He's having fun. Let's see here. Carrigan is saying that he didn't initiate this contact. penalty. Unsuccessful. So they don't cop out of that one. Walsh turned into Sam Walker. That's exactly what it looked like. It was Sam Walker with the boyish grin. 10 penalties given away by each side. That feels like a lot to me. That feels like a lot for these two in particular. Now across to Will Warbrick. Steps back inside. Won't take it too far. Garlic across to find Wishart. Now in the hands of Munster. Goes short. That's high. No, it just rode high. Rolled across the chest. Ollie says, I won't bully you too much if South spin. I can't speak for the others, but I won't be too aggressive. That's okay. It's all footy. It's all footy. I mean, I said only a couple of weeks ago that I wanted South to get the spoon so that I could just pound South fans the whole off season long. And it did get clips, naturally. But I would have been doing it on social media, best believe. If Roosters lose tomorrow, the league has to listen to Golden on repeat for 10 hours. Is that... I'm not familiar with that song. By Mark Sonnenblick? Oh, wait. Is it the AI thing? The AI K-pop person? I did hear about that. I do know about that. Anyway, Melbourne are desperately throwing this around. Warbrick finds a little bit of space there. One more tackle here. I mean, they need an absolute miracle. Pappenhausen, there's space. He goes back. There's space. Oh, he dies with it. Offload, but out of the field was Katoa. Pappenhausen looks hurt, I think. No, Walsh is a little hurt, actually. Melbourne challenging something. Yeah, well, just the challenge, the play itself. What are your thoughts on this game, League? It's been crazy. It's been an insane game. Oh, yeah, shoulder to the head. Yeah. If they managed to get one of the kicks, they could have kicked here too and then been within one score. Pappenhausen was down. Challenge successful. Problems. You predicted Panthers and Raiders grand final. That is insane. That is a great prediction. We've got clock stop. Is Pappenhausen going off? This is interesting. This is very interesting. If he fails his HIA, I was going to say this. If he fails his HIA, week 1 of the finals, they're going to be without Hughes, Nelson, and Pappenhausen. That's huge. This is a massive HIA. Bulldogs fans, get up and about. You might be prelim bound. If Pappenhausen fails his HIA, I think I'm tipping the Bulldogs to make the prelim. Oh, Nelson just needed some support. It's what Pappenhausen would have normally been doing. Garlic. Across to Munster. Now we'll find King underneath. I don't know about these just sort of settler plays. Garlic, they will go the short side now, but they're stacked there, Brisbane. $20 left to go here. Anderson finds Munster. Put a kick up. They don't. Loiero, now there's numbers. Wishart, intercept Walters. He'll give it to Karapani. Goodbye. We're going to hear it, surely. Come on, Dan. Say it. Say it. He didn't say goodbye. Goodbye! That's a great line, though. To storm into the finals. Brisbane Broncos into the top 4. That's poetry. Oh, I mean, I will never do these ones. But Brisbane are up and about right now. That's a hell of a win. That's a hell of a win. I said pre-game $2.60 was way overs for Brisbane. way overs. And in a night where almost everything went wrong for the Melbourne Storm, everything went right for the Brisbane Broncos, it was just one of those evenings. A weird game, a bizarre game, and it is so appropriate that it ends with an intercept taken by Billy Walters and a length of the field try by Josiah Karapani. You couldn't have predicted it. You couldn't have scripted it. Watch for Ryan Pappenhausen's HIA. It's not been given enough mention in this. That has huge week one ramifications, especially if you're a Bulldogs fan. Especially if you're a Bulldogs fan. I will be playing the Broncos song. Thank you, Reckless Ollie.
Dominoes, go!
That's the ad. That's the ad that comes before. Sorry if I just obliterated your ears. Okay. EB says, Leaguie, since you play GTA 5, are you in witness protection? Witness protection for what? Michael was never convicted of anything. If any of you got that reference, I love you. I love you. I mean, I love you anyway, but I love you even more. Walsh from the sideline.
Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Container, firstly. Shoelace! Shoelace, run out! Hey, clutch! Hey, clutch!
Is he clutch? I mean, you don't need to be clutch at a moment like this. It's not required whatsoever. Oh, that's hot. The best performance I think I remember Reece Walsh putting in. I really do think that. It's a Brisbane Broncos night up there at Suncorp Stadium. They get it done. They lock in a grand final. They lock in a week one final down in Canberra. That is a game that I do believe I will go to. If I'm in Canberra, I'm absolutely going to it. That'll be unreal. It's a tough place to go win. But Dan, they're capable. They are absolutely capable. If Reynolds returns firing, it's over for the league. I mean, that's bold. That's bold, certainly. But they would improve. Anyway, I won't hang around, guys. I will play the Broncos song as I go out. But I will leave it there. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for hanging out. I am streaming on Sunday as well, so come along for those. But without further ado, I will see all of you guys later.